So Mother Nature hasn't been giving us the rain we need for the potato crop, so we've got to take matters into our own hands. Wrong ball. Back up. Back her up. Got to line up the center of the pivot with the center of the flower bed. Yep, there it is. We got the hard hose reel out here. Brought it out here with a caulk shot. We got the pump sitting at the pond. Got this set up. We're gonna spin it, lock in the pivots, drop the anchors. We can take the caulk shot, haul it to the end of the field, and then we've got to run back, grab the irrigation hoses to go to the hydrants. We've got, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, we got 4 hydrants along this 30-acre field, 35-acre field. We bought this system 5 years ago in 2020. And that was the first and only year we've used it since. So we tried, we set this up last year, but the rain came as I was heading to town to get some glue to glue some PVC fittings together. We didn't need it, so I'm hoping that that's what happens again this year, is we get this all set up and then the rain comes, that they keep telling us is going to come every few days, but by the time it gets here, it amounts to nothing. That's just how it goes with thunderstorms in the summertime. We've got 150 rows of potatoes this year, which is 20 more than we had last year. It's 10 acres of potatoes. That's a little bit more this year, still right around 10 acres, but more rows than last year. We're going to try to go a little bit wider this year and cover everything still in 2 passes, even with the extra 20 rows. So we're going to have to bump the pressure up a little bit, which I'm a little bit nervous about. We've got some PVC exposed that isn't supposed to be exposed, needs to be covered with concrete. So that'll really be the deciding factor if this is actually going to come off, or if we've got to go put an extra cap on that and pour concrete before this can actually run. Okay, feed her in, watch out. And hopefully if I pull this lever, it'll come down. I think we should pull it out next, get it out there empty, and then we will get the water into it. That'll probably be tomorrow because I got to run to town. And there's another auction tonight, so that's going to tie up most of my afternoon. So we'll get this pulled out, we'll go get the hoses, get everything set up, and then we will fire this system up tomorrow. So it's been dry all summer, barely getting any rain at all. And as soon as you set up the irrigation or start setting up the irrigation, what happens? Rain comes. Happens every time, every year. So is what it is. It's just funny. We're not even done getting the irrigation going. Last year, we were just about to turn the pump on and it downpoured on us. So whatever gets the rain on the crops, I'll take it. Dad's just coming in with the flamer. He was killing some potatoes. Got rained out, so we'll keep going with the irrigation. I don't think we're going to get enough rain with this little storm to get all we need, but every little bit's a help. So we just got hit by the second thunderstorm today after we set the irrigation up, and it downpoured on us. So I'm not sure, I haven't checked the rain gauge yet, but I'm thinking we have plenty of rain on for this week for the potatoes. It's just funny. As soon as you set up the irrigation, the rain comes. Get hit by 2 thunderstorms in the same day, when we haven't been hit by hardly one all summer. The same day you set up the irrigation, it's just funny. But that's great. That's great. The ponds are a little bit low. They'll take it. Potatoes love it. So we'll set up the irrigation still tomorrow because I imagine we'll need it next week. But this is great. This is really good. So last night we got a ½ inch of rain between those 2 storms, which is enough to hold us over until today's Thursday. We're gonna run the irrigation on Monday. So that's enough water on the plants to do them until Monday. And then we'll actually set up this irrigation and run it. So now Justin's got the 1850 cock shut out here. We're gonna hook back up, reel in the line mechanically instead of with the water, and get this out of the way because Dad's got to come out tonight and spray beneficial nematodes on the potatoes. And I'll insert a clip here what those do.
Beneficial nematodes are microscopic critters that live in the soil, and these are species that are predators of wireworms and flea beetle larvae that can otherwise find the moisture in a potato tuber, and then tunnel into it and cause a blemish that lowers the quality of the tubers.
So we've got to get the irrigation out of the way so that he can do that, and then we'll set back up again right here. Probably Sunday we'll run the first pass, and then Monday we'll do the second pass. So this PTO shaft, the tractor will spin and it will mechanically reel in the hose rather than using the water pressure tube. So what we had to do last year when the exact same thing happened, we got everything set up and then the rain finally came, and so we already reeled it out. So doing the same thing again this year, reeling it back in mechanically rather than irrigating. So Justin will fire the tractor up, I'll watch the hose, we'll reel it in nice and slow. I don't remember what, maybe it says right here. I thought there was a sticker on here that said how to do that, but. Okay, all right, let's just try it real easy. So, we've actually never even used the PTO on this tractor before. It had a 1000 spline PTO shaft on it, which is like a finer spline than the 540. It's for higher horsepower, bigger stuff. And this is 90 horsepower tractor. It's kind of at the horsepower range where it starts to go, anything bigger goes to 1000 for high horsepower stuff, and then below that is 540. So it's right in between. These tractors actually have a selectable gear where you can pull down a shift lever and switch between 540 and 1000. And I'm sure all new tractors have that as well, but that was new to us when we first got an 1850. Yeah, so it's always had a 1000 PTO shaft on it, and everything we have is 540 except for our harvester, but this is way too small of a tractor to pull the harvester. So we've never used it. So Justin swapped the PTO shaft yesterday so we could do this. It spins, it free spins in there, but apparently when you put a load on it, it won't do it. I wonder if it's just playing the thing. You can't get it to click. Is there something stopping the lever? Yeah, well, it's bending, but it is doing what it's supposed to do. That's the problem with these 1850s, is it's just bolted to the top of the hydraulic unit. So like the bolts are just 5/16 bolts, and they kind of flex.
It does not click in like it should. There's nothing there really.
I wonder if you're here. Push it in.
Oh, maybe I just didn't really lock in. It just kind of snapped.
It didn't. It just popped. It didn't snap in.
Yeah, there's no detent.
Yeah, you're not hitting anything down here.
Try it again. Just push harder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never. Like, it hasn't been used in a long time. Huh. I'm gonna call Andy. Andy. You there?
Hello.
How you doing?
I am, are you?
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
We've got this Cockshut 1850 here, and we Justin put the PTO shaft in it, and it free spins when there's nothing on it, you know. But we just put a load on it, and it's not camming over. It's not like clicking in.
On the power takeoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were wondering
Okay.
what you
Pay
thought.
Attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Take that big plug out of the back of the power takeoff. Takes about 5/8 bolt or so to put the head in it, and take that big plug out on the power takeoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 4 bolts.
No, I didn't say 4 bolt.
Oh.
Big plug.
Okay.
I said pay attention. Remember that part?
Yep.
Okay. On the left-hand side of the power takeoff, there's a big plug, and it takes about a 5/8 bolt or a 3/4 bolt. You put the head of it in and put a pair of ice grips on it, screw that plug out. Are you with me now?
I'm with you.
Are you standing there in the tractor?
Yep.
Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay. You take that out, and then you take a flashlight and you look in there, and you keep turning your power takeoff until it comes around, and there's a little pin in a big nut. It's got notches in it, and there'll be a little push pin that you push in. And what you do, you stick a welding rod or something in that push pin, and you flip that nut, turn that nut, like tighten the nut in, and that adjusts the power takeoff up so it'll lock in. Just go like 2 notches and try it, and then if it's not enough, do a notch or 2 and then try it. And when it starts to tighten up, just do a notch to a time, because it'll come on pretty quick.
And that just tightens up the clutches.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And will that, or it's not...
You're gonna be some smart when I get done with you, Larry. Huh?
No.
It is all free. It's all free information.
Well, I do have to deal with you. I don't know what that costs, but...
You're f***ing right, and you can't say a f***ing word, and I love it. No, you tired. If you have any problem, you call me, pal.
I will. Thank you, Andy.
Okay, bud. See ya.
Bye. So that's our French friend Andy, and he used to have a dealership right across the border in Canada, and for Oliver's, well, for White's, and White bought out Oliver. So he worked. I think he's worked there his whole life, Started as a mechanic, and I think he ended up owning it at the end before he sold it. So now he's half retired, and he just sells parts and harasses people when they call about questions. But he knows everything about these. You can call him, ask him anything, and he'll know the part number right to it. So he's the best. Old timers like that are few and far between. So it's great to have him. And it's a riot when you get to talk to him. So we'll get a plug, pull that out, and see if we can tighten up the PTO. I see the clutch basket way up there, but there's no chance I could get a wrench on something way up there. One other thing I could think is these splines right here. Those will like click over or something. You couldn't have meant anything else. I think we ought to just put this back together and get a different tractor. We have another tractor. So we brought the Cockshot 1850 back into the yard. I'll just have to have Andy show me what he's talking about inside that PTO, the power takeoff. And we brought the 1650 Oliver out, and we're gonna reel it in with this. I gotta get going into town, so we can't really mess around anymore. Okay, let's try it again. Seems right.
That's just half flipping it. They're going slow. Should I go engage it all the way?
It does seem fast. Go ahead. That it? Okay. So these fields that we have here on what we call Kinney Road here are 1,000 foot long, and they're each 10 acres. So we can do 3 rotations of potatoes on these fields up here, and then we've got another 10 acres on what we call the home farm around the house, around the farmyard. So 1,000 feet long, and this reel is about 980. So you'll see I got almost to the end of the field with it when I was pulling it out. So it's perfect size for what we need. The home farm fields, the longest rows down there are about 600 feet long. So this is plenty of reel to do everything we have. Perfect. Definitely not the way you're supposed to pull that off. Definitely should have pulled it off that first. Okay, let's put the pin in. Okay, we're ready for transport with this. We'll bring it back into the yard. Dad will spray the nematodes, and we'll come back out on Sunday and irrigate.
spraying beneficial nematodes, you got to apply it when the ground is wet, and you apply them last thing in the day when the sun has gone down, when the humidity has come up. You're trying to increase the survival rate. So with the rain we got yesterday, a cool day, today high is going to be 70 degrees, low tonight 47. I'll go out last hour before it turns dark, spray these on the potato plants, and they'll drip off, get into the soil, tunnel in, and by the time the sun comes up in the morning, they should be protected in the soil.
All right, it's the next day. Dad got done spraying the nematodes. I got the suction line and all the rest of the hoses hooked up, got all the clamps on, everything's ready to go. And there's Dad, he just turned on the pump. We ran our test run to make sure there was no debris or anything in the lines. And now he's gonna increase the RPM down at the pump, and we're gonna get all the way across the field to the grain. And I think 110 feet-ish, 100 feet, 120 feet, something like that. We're hoping that it's going to reach. We might have to change nozzles on it. There's a bunch of different nozzles that these sprinklers have. I'm going to get wet here. I'm going to get wet here in just a minute to be able to make the full distance, so we can do 2 passes and get the entire potato field done, the entire 10 acres. So in this one pass, this is going to do 5 acres in 12 hours, and we're going to put an inch of water on. So we're going to run it all day today, and then tomorrow morning, first thing, we're going to set it over and do the next pass, get the whole field an inch of water. So let's see if this thing's got what it takes to cover the whole field. Okay, so Dad's increasing the pressure. It's going way further now. I can't even get it all in one shot, but it's still got quite a ways to go to reach the far end of the field over there. So Dad's got the RPMs up on the pump. We're at 100 PSI, the pump. We're at about 50 out here on the reel, on the cart here. We're almost reaching the edge of the field. Dad said the pressure regulator popped at the pump, so I've got to go tighten that up so we can get probably up to 110, 115 PSI at the pump, and that should do what we need out here. So let's go tighten that up and we'll take a look. So we got these pressure regulators that just as a safety, that in case the system sees too much pressure, they'll kick off. And that just went down in pressure, which means we're having a problem somewhere else in the system. I tightened up the other pressure regulator about 5 turns. I'm going to crank this one down 5 turns so that it's not leaking anymore once we get up to the pressure we need. And then I've got to go figure out what's going on with the pump and why it's not holding RPM. Once you get it up to the pressure, something's overheating, something's not liking it, so I got to figure that out next. So we'll crank this down and then we will go up there and take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got the pump fixed. Wasn't too much of an issue. Had a local guy that was able to help us out with that. Got that running again. Got the pump up to 110 PSI. We got it out here in the potato field running again. It's gonna hit us in just a second. But we gotta go turn the reel on so that it starts reeling it in. And then 12 hours from now, it's about noon now, so midnight tonight, I'll go shut it off. We're just, oh, there it goes. We're just, at the edge of the field now, and it's just barely touching, so I might bump up the pressure a little bit if the pipes will take it, and we'll let this run out. Here it comes.
I got you!
He's coming back. So yesterday I started this while the pump was still running good before it broke down. Go up on the controller, and we've set everything in here so that it goes out at 75.1 feet per hour, and then the dose is 1.14 inches, and then it'll take 12 hours, 20 minutes. And then, so it's all set. Press start. It's in gear. Back up, Alex. And then it starts reeling it in on its own, quickly at first. And then once it picks up the weight of that pipe, it slows right down. There it is. And it'll sit like that for about 12 hours and reel this thing in. And then we'll do it all again in the morning. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.